Hey everybody and welcome to a new One Piece video. It's been a very long time since I've made one, but this episode revived me. Although you'll have to excuse me on the audio quality because I travel a lot and I don't have my equipments right now, but I didn't want to miss this monumental episode. I've said before that it's so beneficial for Egghead that the fights are far apart, unlike Wano, because instead of separating big talents on different stuff, power more in each one. And this episode was a good example, but despite the animation talent on this, I have learned that the individual who makes or breaks an episode is its director, and gladly we have someone extremely talented, Nozomu Shishido, who directed the first Egghead episode as well and worked on series like Digimon. He also did some work on One Piece Stampede. It seems he's our new golden card moving forward, and that's very necessary because we don't have directors like Ryosuke Tanaka right now, so he easily fills the void and adds a refreshing touch with his vision. Now let's get into Shishido's fantastic storyboard. I was curious how it'll turn out considering his first Egghead episode wasn't action-packed, but my god, this is some of the finest stuff in the anime. Dynamic angles right off the bat, smooth action allowing room for amazing choreography and close combat with low angles, point of view and amazing ideas for Luffy's transformation. The mannerism of the characters really makes you feel they're overtaken by their devil fruits, with Luffy going berserk, Lucci feeling like a wild beast. Great utilization of environment is something that makes Gear 5 so fun to watch, and Shishido did not miss the chance. His direction in the episode not only makes it flow so well, but the overall atmosphere is flexible as it gives each character their own world during these moments. This is clearly shown in the transformation sequences, Lucci coming out of the rubble, transforming in the dark, and Luffy effortlessly switching from goofy to straight up terrifying. And even when we are away from the action, he takes chances to experiment during exposition with creative ideas, from great use of colors, negative space, timing, silence. Well, it's a package of great things that make an episode immersive. But the reason this episode is this good is because he has in his arsenal arguably the greatest talent in One Piece. Not only the return of Akihiro Ota, not only Vincent Chan art, but also many new and old names gathering to make every single moment full of life. One of the most impressive sequences in the episode for me was the one animated by Shin Kashiwaguma. His style heavily resembles Masami Mori to the point I thought it's him from the preview, but it gives us a phenomenal sequence with intense hand-to-hand combat. The choreography was strong and it nails Lucci's Rokoshiki's fighting style very well. The poses were very good and the way he draws anatomy impressed me a lot. Lucci looked amazing with his style. He goes ahead and animates another bit at the end of the episode. Having him is like having Masami Mori Jr. And the more we get of Mori's style, the more our world heals. The animation for the transformation scene for Gear 5 was absolutely amazing. Fantastic character acting and effects work. I like the vibrations you see when Luffy is hitting his chest to get the beat right, and his facial expressions make him look insane. The impact frames during the Haki burst were very unique. This is animated by Kohei Hirota, who is no stranger to One Piece. His effects have always impressed me, but it seems he improved tremendously from last time. He takes inspiration from the likes of Yutaka Nakamura and Shu Sugita. Now enter Akihiro Ota, finally one of our best animators, make his return in full force, animated in two separate sequences, which is something he previously did on episode 1033. Now that the Kitaro movie is done, Ota can finally focus fully on One Piece. The episode immediately enters a different dimension when Ota's sequence starts. Now it's Luffy and Ota's playground. From these sinister expressions, smears, distinct lines, smoke, and background animation, it's the beginning of Lucci's Nightmare in this arc. Ota goes ahead and animates another sequence unlike his sinister Gear 5 Luffy. This one is playful. The fluidity is immense and Luffy's expressions are organically shifting until he's dizzy. Lucci is moving in animal-like ways. It feels like Ota's style and Luffy's elasticity are a match made in heaven. I think the most dynamic sequence of the episode was the last part of Ota's scene here. Luffy and Lucci going through the city buildings with intense camera angles during the exposition. While we have monster animators who frequently appear, we get names such as Yuto, an animator who worked on episode 1051. I've praised his animation ever since their sequence there. His timing is very satisfying and he's another Canada-pilled animator, which is more than welcomed on One Piece. He worked on Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 and he is just one of the many names from there to participate on the episode. His sequence was chaotic, lively, and bouncy, with amazing effects. Enters one of the pillars of recent One Piece, Vincent Chan's art. After seeing what he did with Kaido, who wouldn't want him animating such a design? Easily one of the best parts of the episode, as you'd expect from his presence. His character acting is just as good as his action. The attention to subtle movements like Lucci moving his neck right and left or twitching his fingers were immaculate. Very few animators take weight into such careful consideration from what I've seen. His effects and three-dimensional artwork are present in full force. I could not have imagined a better transformation scene for Lucci. Kaito Tomioka is another Jujutsu Kaisen star, one of the animators who provided the most for Season 2. He animated Yuji's Black Flash, and from there it's obvious his effects were immaculate, which is present here, but what I truly loved in this section is the poses and timing. It's very satisfying. If you have seen the fan-made animation for 20th Century Boys not long ago, we have these two brothers working on One Piece now. And I'm so glad for it because they also fit the Mori pool of talent. The anime is so good when it comes to recruiting new talents. When you think we're done with Jujutsu Kaisen names, an animator who follows Ota and Ohira's style, their sequence on Mei Mei's attack impressed me a lot, and he continues with the very loose approach. Tremendously good sequence of Sentomaru dying as soon as he arrives. There's more great sequences in the episode, but that should be it for me here. This might be the best action episode in the series, or at the very least top 2. Crazy part? We're not done yet. Next episode should be crazy as well. The recap will help, giving it time to be more polished. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe, see you next time.